Hello everyone, how are you today? I'm back with another card. This is the third and final card for our class that's coming up this week. I do have a nice group of ladies signed up, so if anybody else would like to attend or bring a friend, just let me know by the end of the day on Wednesday so that I can make sure I have enough packets. Today we are going to do a Valentine card since it is actually pretty close to Valentine's. And we again will be using some items from the celebration promotion that's going on. This is where if you spend $50, you can choose a free item. Today we are going to be using kind of a fun little stamp set. We're actually going to do the greetings. It's this one right here. It's called Catching Butterflies. And then from the mini catalog that goes from January to June, we're going to be using the bundle called Sweet Conversations, Sweet Talk framelits. And here are the actual stamps that we're using. Here's the Catching Butterflies. We're going to use this little saying, "You make my heart happy," for the outside of our card. And then the bundle that we're featuring is the Sweet Conversation stamp set and the Sweethearts dies. Really not using much out of the stamp set. We're going to be doing this heart and the Happy Valentine's Day. And out of this set, we are actually using this heart die for the treatment on the front. We will also be using this stitched rectangle die from the stitched rectangle set. And let me show you the card. Here's our card. It's a bright, pretty Valentine card. And on the front, we're doing the little heart. So here's where you do the "You Make My Heart Happy." And on the inside, I just said Happy Valentine's and put a few extra hearts and so forth on it. Just about dropped something on the floor there. So for the ink pad we're using today, we're going to be using Magenta Madness. This is one of the ink colors that will be retiring in June. So I'm trying to use up my product so that I don't have a bunch left over. We will be using this embossing folder. This is also in the new mini. It's called Gingham. And we are using some in color gems for the bling on our card. In your packet, and excuse me, my cold or whatever this is came back, so I know my voice probably sounds a little bit off. And if I start coughing, I may have to pause the video. But in your packet, you will have a thick basic white card base. This is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. You will have a piece of Magenta Madness. This is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. You will also have a piece of regular basic white. This is 3 3/4 by 5, and you will be embossing that with the Gingham embossing folder. You'll have a small piece of basic white that we'll be stamping our greeting on, which I have already done. This is the one that says, "You Make My Heart Happy." You'll have a little piece of designer series paper that we will put on the inside of the card. And then you will have a little plastic packet that has all kinds of strips of hearts and little tiny hearts. Oh no, this one does. And so these are the one, this is what goes on the front of your card. Okay, so let's get started. I don't have to stamp this because I've already done one and have the dimensionals on the back of it, which is right here. That's what's going to go on the front of our card. But we do need to stamp the inside, so let's get that done. I did not this time put it on my Stamparatus. Not sure why, but I just did not do it. So let's open up our Magenta Madness ink. We will ink up our stamp. I don't know if anyone watching this does videos, but it's always amazing to me how They keep changing things on YouTube, and so you get a different screen. I don't know what's going on this morning. Hopefully this is going to turn out. I'm just going to stamp the Happy Valentine's Day right here. I will take my green cap glue, and I'm going to put a little bit along the bottom here so that I can put my little strip of designer series paper. I find it easier to do it this way than to try and put it on this small piece of designer series paper. So I'm going to take this, and I will be lining this up at the bottom. Putting that on there, and I'll look at that and see if I have a little bit of an overhang, which I do. So I will just take my scissors, mine's very slight, and just trim it off so that it's nice and even. Okay, now we'll start working on the front. It's pretty simple. I've already embossed this, as I said. And so what we're going to do is we're going to put down our little strips of hearts. Now, some of these I haven't put the sticky sheet on, but when you come to make cards, they will all have sticky sheets on the back, so you don't have to mess with the glue, because I know some of you absolutely hate this glue, but it doesn't bother me, and I just use a small amount. I guess I've used it enough that I've kind of gotten on to how to do it, and I like the idea that it lets me move things around a little bit if I need to. I also have this little silicone tool that if I feel like I have way too much in some spots, I can just rub it and it'll put it on there. And then you're just going to stick this. Now, I kind of varied them. I didn't put the whole strip. I didn't make it even. I tried to get this straight on my paper. And then I brought this down and got it stuck on. And I'm going to use my silicone sheet. Okay, and you can do the colors however you want. When you get your packet, you'll realize that some of them I have a little bit of a sparkle and a shine to them, and so I kind of alternated those. And I just did. You have two of the shiny ones, and I just kind of, whoops, got way too much there. Hopefully my voice is going to hold out till I get done with this. I have had a tooth out, had to have a tooth pulled last week, and I'm getting an implant, and so they put the implant rod right in at the same time, so I don't have to go back and see him again. And I was a chicken. I normally do not do this, but I've been, fighting this cold or whatever it is, and so I had them put me out, and hey, that's the way to go. I woke up, it didn't even take an hour, I don't think, but when it was all over with, and I didn't feel a thing, and really, I went to an actual surgeon right in Brighton. His name is Dr. Stearns, and boy, I haven't had hardly any pain with my tooth. I'm kind of a weird person when it comes to teeth. I never had a lot of my baby teeth. And so on the left side of my mouth, I hardly have any teeth. And I do all my chewing on the right side of my mouth. And I'm just continuing. Now, this one is one that I have actually put the sticky strip on. So I won't have to mess with glue on that. So anyway, I told my dentist looked at my tooth, and he's very shocked that I had this problem, that this one tooth had decayed and it had actually gone into the bone. So he said, there is no way, I'm sorry, I cannot save it. We're going to have to have it out. And so I said, okay. And we made the appointment. I went on Thursday. And like I say, it was a pretty much piece of cake. I've been not eating anything too chewy, because I don't have any teeth to chew with unless I can do it on my right side. But I haven't had hardly any. and I iced a little bit, and I didn't even have hardly any swelling. So all in all, it was not bad. I was not wanting to do this because I've got so much going on in the next month as far as medical procedures go, but it was fine. And now I have to wait 3 months before I can get my, here's another one that has sticky sheet on it, makes it much easier. I have to wait 3 months before I can go and get my tooth made and get my implant put in. And so that'll be a bit of a pain, but that's okay, I can manage. And then this is gonna go, and I just kind of put them right underneath each other, like so. So you have them like this. Then I'm just gonna flip it over, take my snips, and just trim off all of this overhang here. Oops, that one didn't stick down. Come on. Sometimes when you have an embossed sheet, you have to do a little extra pressure on the sticky sheet things. Hold on. So there's certainly a lot of omnicrom going around, isn't there? I guess I need to put a little bit of glue here. This does not want to stick. I'm amazed. We canceled our Sunday school Sunday because so many of our teachers are sick, and we didn't think we were going to be able to have enough substitutes to be able to cover everything. So we just decided that we were going to not have it Sunday school. We have services, but even our pastor, who happens to be my son, is ill. Not with Omicron. He's got just a horrible cold. Okay, so there's that. And now we're just going to put this on to our Magenta Madness card base. And I'm going to use my green glue again, just because this is an embossed piece, and I like to have the glue go down in all the little cracks and crevices from the embossing. You have a little bit more of a border on here. Whoops. Oh, look at there. I could have dropped that right on me and had glue everywhere. So there's a little bit more of a border because this is a smaller piece, and we'll just put that down, try to get it as straight as we can. Okay, get off of there, little piece. That little piece just wants to stick everywhere and irritate me. Now I've got glue on my fingers. I'll probably never get it off. Okay, there we go with that. Now we can take this and put it on the front of our card. And again, I'm going to use my green cap glue because this is a very small border that we have, just about 1/8 of an inch. So you don't have much room, and I have a hard time lining up stuff with my eyes the way they are. And I go on March 4th, I think I told you that, to get my first cataract surgery, so I'll be glad when that happens because, boy, it's a pain. Okay, there's that. Now, when I cut out all of these lovely little heart details on the front, inside of each one of these hearts, you get a little teeny tiny heart. So I have a whole jar full these full here that you'll be able to pick out the colors that you want. I've actually already done it, and I put, we are putting little bitty mini marshmallows, mini embellishments. I'm so sorry. Many dimensionals on the back, and then I just kind of rotated them and put them in here wherever I wanted to. And when you get to do your card, you can do this however you want to do it. So all we're going to do is take this out, and I'm hoping I brought a pair of tweezers in here, and I did. So what I did, so some of these are solid, and I kind of put the solid ones in the, let's see, how do I want to do this? I put the solid ones in the sparkly heart just because I wanted to. I'm trying to figure out how I want to put these in here. All right, so I'm going to do a plain one of these down here. And then I just rotated them wherever I wanted to put them as far as the placement on the heart, whether I put it on the end one or the front one or whatever. It didn't really matter to me. Okay, and you'll have 5 of these. Okay, and then I have a couple more, and we'll have the front of our card done, except for putting on our greeting. It's a pretty quick card. It doesn't take that long. And then one more. And where should we put this one? Decisions. Okay, then for your greeting, we'll just take off. Whoa, am I throwing around something? The greeting, we'll just take the dimensionals off. Oh, it was the cap to my pokey tool. And I put mine over, I kind of carried it over to the far edge of the pink sheet just to kind of pull your eye into that. And then we will be using our pretty little gems. And I put 3. Again, I did it in my usual, this time I'm going to put it over here. Kind of triangle shape. And this is strictly your preference, wherever you might like to put it, whether you want it in the hearts or outside. I put it in the hearts just because I wanted to, just because I can. Okay, now only one more little bit of stamping to do, and for our envelope, I have this little heart, and again, I'm going to use the Magenta Madness. This is a photopolymer stamp, and so I'm going to use my little cushion pad here, and we're just going to stamp this right down there. And there we go. There's our card for today. Not too bad, huh? Didn't take us too long at all. So here's the one I just made, and here's the one that I made for a sample. So you can see they're a little bit different. I have a few extra colors, but again, you'll be able to do whatever you want with whatever you have in your packet. So that's it for today, ladies. Enjoy the rest of your week. I will see most of you on Thursday and Friday. Take care. God bless each and every one of you. Bye-bye.